Good news.
How are you?
Fantastic. Let's take a look at Nantianfu. My name is Chingnan Ma. My English name is Scott. I am American. I'm working for AECOM in Chengdu. I am Director of Urban Design.
马青南曾经参与美国著名的哈德逊河公园和高线公园的设计，他的设计作品遍布纽约、香港、上海等全球各大城市。
My father's an architect. He had his own firm for many years doing custom homes and land planning. Yeah, I used to intern with him in the summers when I was in high school. I studied at Cooper Union and Parsons School of Design. So with my studies with architecture, design, and art, interiors to urban design, large-scale master planning.
2018年，他来到成都，开启了公园设计师的奇妙之旅。
When I came into AECOM, I saw Chengdu as a pretty great city. And so, since Chengdu already had a lot of green, all these great parks, and it happens to be a park city, I was like, wow, that's great. So I grabbed onto that opportunity and wanted to come here.
2年多时间，马青南在成都参与了数十个与公园相关的项目。总面积大约9.3平方公里的南天府公园是他最近正在设计的新公园。
Yeah, I think Chengdu is very famous in terms of different parks. So one of the things coming to my mind is just Gracie Park. We can take a look, and there's a lot of inspiration how we're going to use the historical elements to turn into the new design ideas.
All right, that's good.
成都有着星罗棋布的公园环境，是马青南寻找设计灵感的天然素材库。
So when I go to parks and the different activities that I do, it's always inspirational. I'm always feeling it and thinking about, oh, how can this be incorporated into the work that I'm doing? A big part of the impression is the water. And many times when I'm designing, a lot of times it is about connecting people with the edge of the water. So on this area, it allows you not to be able to like walk through the lake, but to get close enough that you can actually see the fish. You can see some of the other marine life that's happening. Just a little bit ago, I saw some ducks that were in the lake. So this being also a wildlife corridor as well.
1843年，英国利物浦市建造了公众可以免费使用的伯肯海德公园。这是历史上第一个城市公园，而修建于1854年的纽约中央公园则定义了现代城市公园。
Central Park in New York City, you know, it's a bit of a brand in a way. It really brought up the value in the area. So the real estate in that area surrounding the park increased greatly. It's one of the things that makes New York such a great tourist destination. So operation is becoming a more important aspect of what the park is and the park city, because it's important for the government and the revenue that it can generate. That's a strong component, which is the people, the aesthetics, and the economic value within generating these open spaces. We're also generating opportunities for future investment and future higher economic returns.
在成都高新区最为繁华的闹市中，锦城湖公园、桂溪公园、江滩公园这3大公园链接而成了一个长达5公里的公园群落，被誉为是成都的中央公园。
Additionally, where I'm standing now, it's part of the high-tech zone, but the development is balancing out this system of parks and open space with the residential areas and the working areas, commercial and other mixed-use developments. This is such an important part of the area. Central Park in New York City is a park in a city. Going back to what the park city is, in Chengdu, the idea is that it's a city inside a park. in Chengdu, bringing that concept of that feeling where you're in a city, but actually you're in a park. What is a park city? I've heard of Green City, Eco City, Garden City, and then Park City. The concept was more of an integration. People connect with people differently now than they did before. And so the role of the park will be different. What does it mean in today's 5G world? And so the Park City concept for Chengdu is adapting that flexible future. And that's what makes it important.
公园是城市馈赠给生活在这里的人们的一份礼物，它既包裹着艺术的哲学，又蕴含着生活的智慧。
What's great about the Longchuan City Forest Park area is it's a large area, and there are a lot of opportunities, a lot of places to go to. It's great for training. I do sports, I do triathlons.
公路自行车是马青南最擅长的一项运动，他曾经参加过多项国际性的赛事，而龙泉山森林公园满足了马青南对这项运动的热爱。
So when I lived in Hong Kong, I would go hiking a lot on the Maclehose Trail. It's like very, very steep. So it could be very difficult to go cycling, very difficult to go running just because of the hills. Chengdu has a little bit of everything. You know, the Longchuan Mountains, it's more rolling hills. Chengdu is probably the natural gym for me, an outdoor gym in a way.
So, what do you like? Wonderful.
So in the mountain, I've heard of cross-country trail races. I have heard of triathlon, but of course there's a lot of cycling events. And even further down, I think near Sancha Lake, that's going to be the new international Chengdu Marathon site.
曾经，龙泉山脉只是成都东南角的一条城市边际线。现在，27平方公里的龙泉山城市森林公园，不仅是城市中央的世界级品质城市绿心和国际化城市会客厅，也是全球最大的城市森林公园。
Nantianfu is right at the base of the mountains because it's so nearby and you can see it. And so we want to make sure that we have these wonderful view corridors within our site and to maximize the view that for the different development areas within that convergence. It's also, I suppose, how our development converges with the mountains. It's very nearby, so it's easy to go for sightseeing, to go hiking, traveling.
将生态价值融入到公园中，是马青南在龙泉山城市森林公园收获的设计灵感。而马青南希望寻找到更多办法来提升公园的生态价值。
When designing and planning, another important aspect of ecological value is history and culture, heritage. My colleague Jack Wu is a design leader for the landscape architecture team here in Chengdu. He's from Hong Kong, lived in UK, London for many, many years, so has a very strong international background and with design expertise. For the Shahayan project, Jack was involved with overseeing the construction process of that project.
20世纪50年代，中国城市建设浪潮带来了西部地区水运的繁荣，大量的木材从岷江水系顺流而下，沙河源则成为了当时重要的木材集散地。
So look at this one. So they have a lot of historical things about the culture, the log transportation in the past, and also they have the track here. We technically have 3 different zones. We so-called back to nature, historical recall, active future. So that is the 3 different zones.
So the concept of the project was Forest Wood Human. It won several awards. One was for the AI Shanghai Urban Design Award, and also it won another award for OpenScape with landscape architecture. Nantianfu, it really doesn't have a history as this area does. But with some projects, when it's a blank slate, people and the culture can start to create their own heritage, that own history for their own future generations, not only for a local area, but also as a potential international destination.
历史是成都生态价值中最为浓墨重彩的一笔。4500多年前，宝墩文化开启了成都悠久的城市文明。都江堰为成都创造了灵动的生命水系，造就了富庶的天府之国。芙蓉变城墙的传说，让成都有了景观城的美誉。历史的每一个印记，都为成都建设公园城市沉淀了丰厚的价值。
Why is Chengdu the first city in China to be a park city? I think that's where Chengdu is creating something that's unique in its own way, because of throughout the year there's always flowers and trees. There's already so much of a natural element that is strongly connected to people's lifestyle here. Even on a sunny day, everyone just goes to a park, to the tea houses, to be able to sit outside. It's, in a way, it's a continuation of what's already been in place here for centuries. Now, the timing of developing and redefining what the city is, what it can be as it moves into the future as a future city, it would be a good opportunity as a role model. Maybe it can be a model for other cities in China to develop. Chengdu definitely has the determination.
When I was child, always I walk in the streets. Me always is more drag for buildings, for the monuments, for the sculptures. Always I think in how to do this building beautiful. I am Francisco Morales Rubio. Many friends and family told me Paco. I am 47 years old. My nationality is Spanish and I born in Valencia. I am a master architect. I work in Chengdu right now 10 years and I make projects, I realize projects for practically 80% of the provinces and many locations of China. I go to the Polytechnic University of Valencia. We need to stay 10 years in university, urban planning, architecture, landscape and interior design, all comprehensive. When we finish the university, we can design one skyscraper and to sign in our name, and we can to be the responsibles under the justice and the society about all construction elements of the building. The first travel I came into Chengdu was in 2011 in April, and in January of 2012 I came into Chengdu to start working. The first company I worked is the Spanish, these two architects from Spain, and finally I find one private company, one big group, is Chixin. We are one company involved in projects from interior design. Later start with planning, and other kind of works are related about design culture buildings or civic centers. We have other foreigner Spanish. He is Ignacio Santonja. He is a veteran in Chengdu like me. He's even 17 years living in Chengdu. Some of them go to New Zealand or other countries overseas. Here we speak always 2 languages, even 3 languages. The last year I participate like a conference member in the second forum of Park City, and I participate in the discussions and to fix the new values for design in the city. Particularly in Tianfunyo area is the important example. Penzhou is one of these satellite cities staying in the northwest of Chengdu. In Penzhou, they need to absorb the policies what to do with the north area of the city. Finally, we start to planning one big area of 10,000 mu. In Chengdu, we have three kinds of gardens. We have the countryside ecological garden, the interior or urban garden. Garden is like with some value of history. We start to thinking the possibility to be more open to the countryside life. It's a countryside experience garden close to the city. When we start to thinking about help with ideas, I find some connection with my own city in Spain, Valencia. For example, we have 3 limpans in disorder. In my city is not limpans, there are a small group of houses. We speak, the name is Masías. In my city is recognized this space like a protection area. They keep some part of the limpans or the Masías and create some landscape areas to create activities within them. At the same time, communicate with the big city with the greenways. The people in the weekends go to do sports and to have contact with the nature, even create a good tourism for local food. I think I find a lot of similarities about what happened in my city with this pioneer experience in Penzhou. When the population go, have consumption, produce a good economy for the local people live in the limpans or for all people work or all operation is created in this area. All things we need to make is try to connect the style of the gardens have Chengdu with Penzhou, because in the future are connected. Right now we have a general consulate in Chengdu and it's in process to open the office. Already there are 4. The last one is the Chengdu consul. There are one in Beijing, another in Shanghai, another in the Canton area in Guangzhou. Consul arrived more or less right now around 1 month or 1 month and a half. Like a Spanish member of the colony, I try always to speak with him and transmit all the experience I have during 10 years in Chengdu, for he understand local culture, understand the manner of thinking or manner of working and the possibilities have this place for Spain. During these 10 years I live in Chengdu, always I thinking, or one of my dreams is how create this bridge in my country. They know more Chengdu and understand how important is Chengdu in China.
Rice fields, woods, streams, courtyards. On the 9,000 square kilometer Chengdu plain, rural ecological residential settlements composed of fields, forests, streams, and courtyards, found in the bamboo forests of western Sichuan, have preserved to this day.
我是刘卫兵，一名从事川西林盘研究工作已32年的教授级高级建筑师。从我23岁起，便开始活跃在成都平原的各个林盘之间。很多人会问我，为什么我一直执着于川西林盘？在我看来，那不仅仅是我儿时的回忆，更是我精神的原乡。
On July 16, 2022, the Milan Triennale, one of the most influential art events in the field of international design and exhibition, officially opened in Milan, Italy. Liu Weibing's work Invisible on the bamboo forests in western Sichuan was the only Chinese work selected for the exhibition.
无形的通体材料选用的是成都川西林盘里的竹子，并采用了中国古代建筑里常用的榫卯结构固定而成。 这也是我从事川西林盘数字研究后第一次将林盘作品带入国际展会。
And I was really surprised about the structure. It's built by hands. It's not industrial, but it's quite close to nature.
Grazie per il lavoro, è molto bello e in più il materiale è utilizzato in maniera innovativa.
因为很多外国朋友在问我，你这个竹子在欧洲啊是很稀奇的东西，那么他们看到过后就问我的想法，这个恰恰就是给我了一个向世界传递我们林盘生活观念的一个机会，一个舞台。哎，曹工，你们过来啊，过来啊，我们在这边看下来。哦，这个树枝种的好像有点问题。来，大家上来看一下这个，把仪器拿上来看一下这个。川西林盘数字化实际上是一个全新的概念，是我们在川西林盘改造和更新当中，利用先进的测量设备，对风速、温度、湿度以及光照进行一个测量。那么将这些数据汇集整理过后，导入我们的电脑模型当中，来指导我们做林盘改造科学化的一个设计。我在测风速，那么这个现在的风速是0.33558，如果我们移过来一点，你看一下的变成这基本上0.06，也就是说这个树对这个风的遮挡很严重。如果我们把建筑布在这儿的话，这个可能不利于它的通风，所以我们这棵树肯定要移动一下。在进行川西林盘更新改造的过程当中，我能够利用这些数据来指导我们对建筑的空间、建筑的造型进行科学化依据的进行改造。也就是说，它的方向是改造、提升居住的宜居性和它的舒适性。这是我觉得科学化改造川西林盘的关键。好，我们数据倒进来了。我们是把今天上午收集的数据进行整理，因为我们上午收集数据的时候发现，很多竹子和树子并不适合它的这个我们整个人居打造的这个位置，因为它的风向、日照影响了我们以后的人居。如果是我们在现场去移动这些竹林和树子的话，是很费劲的，而且不一定到了最适合的位置。那么通过林盘数据化，通过模型和建筑的关系，我们可以找到最适合的方式、最适合的位置，营造出最宜人的微气候。所以这个是林盘数据化高效便捷的好处。
Nanxiao, which is located in Dujiangyan, Chengdu, was Liu Weibing's first forest work after he returned from his overseas studies. And it was also his first attempt using digital conceptions of the forest. The cutting-edge design concepts and the application of architectural digitalization made it a huge success. He won the Gold Award for the World Habitat Architecture in 2020 and the 17th National Jingzhui Science and Technology Award.
其实我们川西林盘这个传统民居的缺点就在于它的舒适性很差，采光度不够，潮湿。那么针对这些，我们就利用了我们这个数字化的这个设计方法，对采光、风速以及温湿度和潮湿度进行一个数字化的分析，可以看到我们这个日轨图对院坝和室内的影响。所以说，我们充分利用这些数值，对院落室内的环境进行调整，达到我们最佳的舒适度。屋顶的造型，我们做了一个斜坡，逐渐扬上来，让风从这个地方无阻碍地流进我们这个院坝，那么为整个这个院坝的这个气候调整、微气候的形成起到关键作用。哎呦，主任你好，哎，你们这个在这儿喝茶哈？你们感觉这个改造过后的效果怎么样？
哦，改造过后，这个的空气非常之清新凉快。自从这个东西改造以后，不管是环境也好， 空气也好，跟以前比起，简直是天壤之别哦。算是我们这儿也大踏实哦。
平常还要在这儿来些乘凉啊，耍一下，有时间还要睡下瞌睡。
在地的居民能感受到林盘改造对他们生活有好的改善，这改造的目的便达到了。在我看来，能够得到当地村民支持和喜欢，根本原因是用了他们熟悉的材料——竹子。
From the first time building Chengdu into a park city was proposed in 2018, to the official announcement of Chengdu's action plan for building a park city demonstration area, employing new design concepts in 2022. The relationship between the representative bamboo from the forests of western Sichuan and the park city has continued to get closer.
其实成都建立新发展理念的公园城市示范区，公园城市只是个形，那么新发展理念才是魂，那么这个魂就是碳中和。从当代来说，竹子实际上是一个可持续发展最低碳环保的一种材料，因为从我们的理论分析当中，竹和这个钢筋混凝土这个碳的排放的这个数据对比，竹要低50%，那说明它是一个很环保的材料。也包括我们通过穿心林盘数字化的分析，我们就发觉原来我们对竹子的运用，以为只是一个生活上的编竹筐啊、编竹篓啊、吃竹笋有用，但实际上不知道对微气候的调整是有好处的。
Suzhou has its gardens, Fujian has its earth buildings, and Sichuan has its bamboo forests. These bamboo forests, which originated in the ancient Shu civilization, have over 1,000 years of history of being cultivated for their bamboo.
竹子在我们穿心林盘中更是不可或缺的一种材料，因为它不但能净化空气，同时它能固碳和净化土壤，同时它具有很好的延展性，所以说它最好的、最直接的效果就是可以降解。成都建立公园城市示范区，其实有极大的优势，因为它有良好的生态本底，以及悠久的这个古蜀文明，还有活起来的这个穿心林盘的生态系统。那么这3个加起来，实际上这就很好的诠释了人类命运共同体的这个理念。作为建筑师，你不是一个画图匠，不是一个建造一个房子的一个匠人，你是需要丰富的知识，甚至美学的观念，甚至你对地域文化的了解，你才能会创造出一个极端有魅力的可持续的建筑空间。